Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Eva from Plan with Eva on Instagram, and today I'm going to be using a kit from HarrietWrightDesigns, and I'm planning the week of the 6th to the 12th. This was the second week of school, and surprisingly, kids are already getting sick again, and that was sarcasm. But basically, some of our kids have been getting sick. One of our kids was gone for a week, and then after he came back, another kid of mine, he's been gone for about a week and a half now, so it's been pretty concerning. But the first kid that went home, he did get a COVID test and he did not have anything, so luckily we didn't have to do anything for that. The other kid we haven't heard from yet, so we'll see about that. But being back in person has been good and bad. I did miss seeing the kids in person and all of that. I just felt like the screen wasn't really giving me the rapport that I could have gotten in person. I think just emotions and connections you have with the students is just very different from in person than online. But this week that I just chose a random kit. I didn't really have any thing special planned for this week, so I just kind of picked a random kit that's kind of an anytime kit to use for this week. And some of the special things that happened were that it was Lalisa from Blackpink's solo debut. She finally had a debut this year, and she came out with 2 songs, I believe, Lalisa and Money. And if you don't know her, she is from the K-pop girl group called Blackpink, and she's my favorite person from that group. She is my bias, so I love her. Her dancing is amazing, and she's so pretty to me. She has all the features that I love, and ironically, I think lots of Koreans actually don't prefer her. They prefer the skinnier girls, I guess, because she has a chubbier face, and because she's foreign from Thailand. She's not as liked as the other people in the group. But Blackpink has been around for, I think, 5 or 6 years now, and she has not had a solo debut yet. Jennie is the leader of the group, I believe, or actually, I don't remember if she's the leader, if they don't have a leader. But Jennie had a solo debut a few years ago, and then Rose and Lisa now has a solo debut as well. And I was super excited to see what she was going to do, and sadly I was pretty disappointed. I do like the song La Lisa, but her second song, Money, she is the rapper of the group, so she mostly raps in the songs that she does with Blackpink. So I did expect her to do some rapping as well, but because it was her solo debut, I thought that she would do a mixture of singing and rap. But for her song Money, it was mostly rap, so I wasn't a huge fan of it. Lalisa, on the other hand, I really, really enjoy. The lyrics don't make a whole lot of sense, but I think that's fine. I just love seeing Lisa having her debut and her moment for herself. Back to the kits, I'll talk a little bit more about Lalisa if you guys are interested when I get to Friday, because that's when her solo debut was. I used glitter headers that I found, and the bottom washi is from the kit. If you watched my last plan with me, you'll know that I've been saying that I miss doing voiceovers. I have not done my voiceovers in a while. The week before, the kit that you saw last was the Gryffindor inspired kit from Mellow Paper Studio, and that one I was stalling to do it for so long because I couldn't figure out how to do the date covers, and it just pushed back a lot of my planning. But since I have more time at home now, I've been able to do more voiceovers, so I'm really happy to say that this plan with me is for the 6th, and I'm hoping to upload it on Friday, which is tomorrow. So you guys will actually, present day, you guys will actually be getting 2 plan with me's in the same week, and I'm hoping to catch up because I have everything planned except for the week that we're currently on. So I'm trying to finish up this voiceover and then the week after this one. Like I always say, I never really have a kind of technique with my full boxes except for spacing out different things that I see kind of duplicating. So the girl in the top corner, that was one of my favorite full boxes, as well as this middle one that you see me put. But because there are 2 different kind of people in the spread, I just kind of space it out so that there's not people like right next to each other. There's not the ear and then the legs right next to each other. So I have one at the far left and then one in the middle. The double boxes I usually love to put on the weekends if possible, so that's what you see me doing here. I just love the artwork in this kit. It's kind of random. It doesn't really have a lot of things in it that's cohesive, I would say, except the Stay Wild, I guess, is the main kind of genre theme for this kit, but I just love the different elements that are part of it. This kit is very edgy, I guess, and I guess this kit also kind of fits because the main colors are black and pink, and since Lisa was having her solo debut, I thought that kind of makes sense now. The greens kind of just spread throughout and it doesn't have that much in it, and I kind of emphasize more of the pink throughout the spread as well. The only green that you'll see is in the full boxes, and then the glitter headers that you saw me put down in the bottom area, in the bottom section. This is another plan with me where it was pretty simple. I didn't do a lot of layering in this spread either, since this spread didn't have a lot of floral, and I've been kind of wanting to go back to the old days when I was a little more simpler with my planning. I kind of just did a little bit more of just icons and scripts and layering functional boxes if I wanted to, and then the only thing that I kind of decorated was the debut for Lisa, and then also I decorated the section where it was just a to-do section that I had to do a couple different things on Wednesday, and I ended up decorating the area just because there was an empty space and I thought it would be nice to kind of balance out the debut. I feel like I won't have a lot of time to talk about it once the plans start happening because I pulled the stickers, and when I pull the stickers, the video gets a lot shorter and it goes by a lot quicker. But on 9/11 this year, I actually watched I don't think it's a documentary because it's like a fake imitation of what events that actually happened. It's called Worth on Netflix. I think it should still be on there. But me and my husband watched it on 9/11 because it was trending and because he really wanted to. I wanted to watch the documentary and I still plan to, but we decided to watch Worth, and after watching it, I don't know if they actually did this, but it seemed like it was kind of like it incorporated some real stories into a kind of fake story, even though the whole overall story was real. But it basically was 9/11 happened, and then people were basically kind of explaining what they were, their significant other or whoever it was that passed away, what their worth was. And the lawyer that kind of works for, I think, the government, they basically have to kind of collaborate to figure out how to find out what each person was worth, which is why it was called Worth. I didn't necessarily like the movie itself too much. I understood what it was about, and I think it was just maybe it was too real, or maybe it was just too heavy of a subject. But the overall movie, I gave like a 5 or 6. I didn't think it was that great. And this 9/11, I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's the 20-year anniversary, which I didn't realize. Me and my husband actually went to Mitsuwa, which is this Japanese marketplace that's by the suburbs, and we actually went there, which we don't normally do, but we were going out there to book our videographer and photographer. And we were at Mitsuwa, and he was ordering ramen and I wasn't eating because I wasn't hungry, so I was just sitting down and I was on my Instagram, and everyone of course was posting up the memories and different things for 9/11, and I got super emotional at the marketplace, and I was about to be like full on bawling. But this year it just really hit me hard about the events that happened and how sad it is that people were just waking up to a normal day and all of a sudden things like this happened. And I remember the flight attendant, I think that helped to, America know in advance what was happening. She wasn't even supposed to work that shift, and she ended up switching with someone, and she ended up having that shift. And then that all of that happened. So the parts that really get to me, the things that I see that really get to me, is when I see the last text messages and the last voicemails and phone calls and stuff like that. When I see those or hear about those are like the things that really break my hearts the most, because the things people say in the last moments is just really heartbreaking to know that they didn't make it, and that's all that someone has left of their loved ones. But yeah, going on to my plans now. I'm already on Thursday. Like I said, it goes pretty quickly when you already have all the stickers pulled out. But on Monday, all I did was I went over to my mother's, and I was able to hang out with my sister because it was Labor Day. My husband also came home at night that day. I slept out on the couch until he came home, basically. And then on Tuesday was when the 2 kids were sent home sick, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And then Wednesday, I didn't really do much. I just uploaded a video. Thursday, not much happened as well, but on Friday, you can see here that I'm putting out the Lisa sticker. She looks a lot like how Lisa looks. She has bangs and long black hair. She actually usually has short hair. Before her debut, they like gave her long hair, which I appreciate it because I love her in long hair and short hair, but I always prefer long hair. That on Friday, I also watched Cruella with my husband. I really did enjoy it. Emma Stone, she just looks really skinny in the movie, and I think for her character, the accent, I don't know, it was not the best. But I did like the movie. It was fun to watch while it was what it was. And luckily I had a perfect sticker for it, so I was able to do that. On Saturday, like I said, we were able to book our videographer, photographer. The same place also has our photo booth, so we were able to drop off a check for them, and that was really nice because I got to check off more things from my checklist. On Saturday, we also went to Korean barbecue, which we haven't done in a while. I love Korean barbecue, but this place was actually a Korean Chinese fusion. And from what I was gathering, the difference between this place and normal Korean barbecue is that the meat that they use is kind of prepared differently. The marination from Korean barbecue is usually sweeter, I think they said. And this Chinese Korean fusion is more peppery, which I did not like. I don't like pepper that much. And I could taste it in a lot of the meat that we were cooking from that day. But other than that, it was still a nice experience, and it was still Korean barbecue, so I still enjoyed it. The last thing was Sunday. We had a party for my cousin's fiance. He was turning 40 years old, and we just had a fun time surprising him. And he had a Pepsi cake, which I've never seen before, but it was literally the colors of Pepsi, and it had a can that looked like it was spilling onto the cake. So that was really nice to do. And it was kind of like a end of summer kind of barbecue situation, end of like summer party situation. And that's all of the plans that I had. Here's my whole spread for you guys. I've been trying to edit it a little bit better, so I hope you guys like it. The videos have been a lot faster, so I hope you guys enjoy that too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.